Beautiful, I'm Colored, a personal development and lifestyle channel. However, today I am finishing up the 3D wall art installation. I started on yesterday, but I ran out of liquid nails because my beginning self did not realize that I would need more than one of these to get this project done. And also, unlike yesterday where I made a mistake and did not understand how to puncture the hole, we will not be making that mistake today. I learned a lot from yesterday's first portion of the install. It's very important that I get finished with this wall today because this is the most tedious part of the process. Since I actually I'll wait a few seconds and I'll tell you the minor things that I've done since we last were together. I'm gonna go ahead and prep this and get this ready. Okay, so I just cut off the tip there and now I need to puncture. So I'm gonna use this letter opener from my desk upstairs to puncture all the way down. See how much faster it is today? Yesterday, oh my gosh, we had so many problems. Now I'm just gonna load it into this trigger mechanism thingy right here. Okay, push that forward and get some of the, okay, perfect. And the solution is coming through where I need it to come. I'm gonna go ahead and get started because again, I gotta finish this wall today. And I did prep myself a little stand because one of the things I noticed yesterday is that my lower back was getting so freaking tight from the bending and using the step stool. I won't need to use the step stool until I get to, up here where I can't reach because the ceiling clearance is low. I'm 5'4" and I can touch the ceiling. So let's go ahead and get started with applying the liquid nails. Good morning. If you are new here, happy Sunday. I'm just finishing what I started and knocking out the rest of this 3D wall because I don't want this to linger into the last 2 days that we have off on PTO. I have no idea what Marlon is doing in the other room. I just know he has his music up and was doing something. I just don't know what, but he knows I'm in here knocking this out because this is very important to me to get done. So I'm just applying the liquid nails now to the panel. And what I've been doing when I install it on the wall, and actually I'm going to slide this down here. What I have been doing is rotating every other one so that the design is not super matchy-matchy. So make sure this is just the one. This feels like 2 panels. This is 2. No, that's one. Okay. Just gonna put it right next to the other one here. Just gonna push this right here and then press and pull this down. Okay. Once you get a rhythm, it goes kind of fast with the installation, but this is my first one since yesterday, so I'm just holding it for like 15 to 20 seconds till the liquid nails kind of set in, and then I will get started with the next one. I'm just gonna use my little towel here to wipe off the excess that comes up in the seams, which is normal in this installation. At the end, I'll go through and do a cleanup of everything. Okay, I'm now ready for the next panel. If you're just joining, thank you so much for being here. Hello, my name is Evelyn. Thank you for joining. I am finishing up my 3D wall installation here, which is going to be my little small workout room in my house. Since I was last on, this is part 3 and the final video for this, but since I was last here, I put together this bar for all my weights, my vest. I have my foam rollers right here, and then my mat, and I have resistance bands on that side. So that's done. I still need to put together the bench, which is right there, and I also have some foam plates for my walking pad and what will be the bench when I put it together later. But I pretty much, it's 10:11 now. We're gonna see how far I can get to 12 o'clock with this room, but still making progress. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with the finishing up the installation over here. Hopefully that music doesn't come through too much in the thing. And just gonna apply like so. The weekends are always busy days for lives, but one thing I am working on is growing my channel. It's still in its infancy stages, and what I've learned is that one of the easiest ways to do that is to go live, of course. Of course, post other stuff, but going live. So that is what I have done. That is what I have done. Yesterday's live was so hilarious because so many things went wrong with the installation yesterday, because this is not what I do. Like, it truly is DIY. Like, I do not have a background in any of this stuff. It was just like I could see somebody else do it and looked at it and I was like, oh, I think I could do that. I think I could do that. The panels are super thin, so they are pretty easy to work with once you get the hang of it. It's just a matter of lining everything up and being patient with yourself. Let's see what that was extra on top of there. Got to be more careful. Okay. Okay. So I'm probably gonna have to use a little bit of caulk on that one, but so far so good. Again, this is a DIY project, so I'm just holding the panel in place so that it adheres to the wall. Vacuum it up a little bit when it's time for cleanup. Okay, gonna move right on to the next panel. You know, one of the things I've noticed too, and I'm sorry my back's to you, I'm just trying to get this done. But one of the things I've noticed too is, for me, like, I like to support people, but sometimes it gets a little bit overwhelming to keep up with, you know, like all of your creative friends while you're also trying to build. And I think sometimes we don't give ourselves, you know, enough grace to, in the supporting lane, you know, like, take breaks when you need to. Like, I will reach out if I haven't seen like a content creator in a while. I will, like, if they posted their email, I will reach out to them and just say, hey, just checking in on you. Miss you over here. But I understand, like, life happens to us all. And I also think it's healthy to take some breaks from social media at times. It's a really good tool to have, but it's also highly addictive. And I think taking breaks is healthy. And I encourage people to do that. And don't take offense if somebody needs to, take a pause. We all need to take pauses sometimes, even for us super achievers. I'll check in with you in a second. If you're just arriving in, I have my back to you, so I'm not sure who's here, but I'll check in a second. Again, I'm just trying to get this project done today. I'm gonna have to use some white caulk, I think, on a couple of these panels that have a little bit too much space in between, but that will be an easy enough fixed, I think. Okay, just holding it in place, a few more seconds, and then I'll get ready for the next one. Sorry, my back was turned to you. Good morning. Hi, Soak Productions. Good morning, BGs. Oh, you think it was way too much? Oh, thank you for the tip, BGs. I'm a beginner here, so I appreciate any tips that you provide. And then I'll check back in with you. Okay? Thanks for being here. And I'll use a little less, okay, this time around. Thanks for providing the tip. Okay, so BG said it was a little too much, so I'm gonna just spread this out a little bit more then and not use too much on it. So BG said I was being a little too generous with it, so I'm gonna try my best to use a little less. I don't know, this stuff looks like cake batter a little bit. Maybe that's why I'm so inclined to use more than what I should be using, BGs. I don't know. Like I said, I'm a beginner here. Not a designer. Just a new empty nester trying to get my room together. That's it. Not a designer. Just my little space in my home. Okay, I didn't use as much this time, so we'll see how the adhesion goes. One. Hey Teddy, good morning. Good to see you. I'm just finishing up this project this morning, installing these panels. And I don't know if BG's is still here, but they were like, you're putting too much glue on it for one tile. So I'm gonna ease off on the glue. Because yesterday I went through a whole tube with just 3 layers. So I'm gonna ease up on the glue this time around. Yes, the panels are paintable, but they also sell them with colors already. So they have some really nice colors available on Amazon. But yes, they are paintable. I don't plan to paint them because I'm in the basement and this room is really dark. So I need something for light to bounce off of because the basement window is the only natural light that comes in here. And it's not even on like the east side of the house. So I'm using these in hopes that they'll reflect, you know what I'm saying, some of the light that's in here once installed. And then we'll see how many lamps and stuff I need to be down here for to get some good lighting. But yeah, I'm just applying glue, liquid nails to the back of these, and then just stacking them accordingly and finishing them up. Not a whole, the process is actually not that bad. The worst part yesterday was learning how to get this liquid nails open. That was the worst part. And I think I'm gonna try the dot method instead this time since BG said I was using too much glue. And I'm just gonna dot it up. My lower back was hurting so bad at that concert last night because we had to stand up so long. And so, and plus mixed with having to be down on my hands and knees to do the bottom part of the wall yesterday. So I went in there and got a little plant stand, and I'm using the plant stand to, so I don't have to bend down as much because shoot, my lower back was toe up. Okay, all right. And then I'm just rotating them as I install each one. By rotating them, I'm just making sure that, you know, the towel is not the same. It's not the same design. Come on, come on, come on. Let me fix this real quick. Okay. Okay, okay. Down. Let me hold this for a second. Yeah, I'm just rotating them so that they're not the same. And it gives it a little bit more dimension according to the instructions. And some of the other people who have installed these. The other thing I learned is that shorts are so deceitful. They are so deceitful because, let me take this fish oil. Shorts are so freaking deceitful because when you look at somebody short, you think, hey Grace, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Thank you so much for the compliment. We're working it, honey. We're working it. But yeah, so the shorts, you know, everything is speed up so fast. You think, oh, I can go knock this out in 30 minutes. No, you're not. You're sure not gonna knock it out in 30 minutes. And this is a very small space. Let me see. Who did y'all go see? Okay, so Teddy. The band is called Vaughn, I think. Let me tell y'all, me and my husband are not cut out for young people things anymore. I forgot that you have opening acts at a concert. The first opening act, this young man had a very nasally voice. He was like a rapper. Oh, I wish I could remember his name. Very young, you know, nice looking guy. He had his girlfriend come up. He proposed to his girlfriend on the stage last night. Then there was a second band opening act that came with a couple of local vocalists that I knew from another group that I used to go see all the time live, which is like more of an R&B vibe or whatever. And that band was pretty good. But it was set to start at 8 o'clock, right? So I'm like, we done seen two bands. That's 2 hours. I had no idea that the band my husband bought tickets for was not going to be on stage till 10 o'clock. Now, y'all, I think, no, I shared this multiple times before. I go to bed at night. Every time I get to talking, I'm going to move y'all over here so I can see a little bit. But I need to keep up with this. So I'm going to tell y'all about this story at this concert last night while I keep on doing this work and drinking my coffee. But so I kid you not. And then, you know, they have to get the stage ready for the next band to come in. So you're changing out the mics. You got to go mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check, right? For each band in between, that's about a good 20 minutes, okay? Reset the engineering board for the sound settings and all that good stuff. At 9 o'clock, first of all, we had been standing by 10 o'clock, we had been standing for 2 hours straight because this was a standing only venue. Will not do that ever again for any band. My lower back was so freaking tight. And I wore the K-Swiss last night. Like, it wasn't like I had on a horrible shoe. Marlon had on his Nikes. We both at 9 o'clock was like, we looked at each other and I said, can I ask you a question? He said, yeah. I say, on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being, if we had our bed right here, right now, you would just lay down. what number are you? And I asked him that 2 times throughout the concert, and he was like a 3.5, 4 around 9:30, 9:45. And then I said, well, listen. He said, babe, we don't have to be committed to this. We can leave whenever we want to. I said, but you paid tickets for the show that's starting at 10 o'clock. So we need to let's at least sit through 2 songs. And by this time, the place is packed. And I mean, it was packed like freaking sardines. Now, I don't know if I've ever shared this with y'all before, but I have a very keen nose, a very keen nose. So some people don't shower as regularly or don't believe in putting on deodorant and things of that nature. We're in Colorado. This is a very common thing that occurs on a regular routine basis. People believe in smelling like the great outdoors, okay? I don't, but this is the culture here for a lot of people. So the more people that's packing as the, what do you call it? The anchor group, the main headlining concert that everybody's here for, of course the room starts to get more and more and more filled. And I'm at this point like low key because the smells I'm smelling. We're also in Colorado, so you know people are gonna be on what they're gonna be on as far as smoking. And no, this is not me checking, condemning. I have family members who smoke. It's not a big deal. I'm just saying for me, I'm sensitive to it. So frankly, the band came on, and I'm not gonna lie, it's a reason why they were the headliners. It was a reason why they were the band of the night. The sound was completely different. You could tell they were professionals, unlike the first 2 bands that went before them. We saw 3 older people who, like in our age group, they a little bit looked like they might have been a little bit older than us. We saw them heading for the door around 10:15. I said, babe, soon as they come past us, let's follow behind them. Soon as they came, just like when you're in church and you hold up your hand like this and walk off, soon as they came by us, we got right behind them and was out that door. We stood at the bar, we listened to song number 2, which my husband really wanted to hear, and we got outside. And when I went outside, I was like this. I can breathe. My God, fresh air. When I tell you, I would never, ever go to a concert that is standing only. I'm 48. My back can't take that without a back brace, okay? Like some type of supporting mechanism that squeezes and girds your, and I work out. Y'all know I work out. I cannot do that ever again. Now, the good piece is it was a laughable moment for us. You know what I'm saying? Me and him came home, Lord. We took 2 Tylenols apiece, drank some water, got our asses in the bed. You hear me? Got our right in the bed. Shh. I ain't doing that nan mo. Evelyn goes to bed at 7 o'clock. I got my pajamas on. I'm nice and snuggly in my house, especially I ain't got the kids here no more. I go right to sleep. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing no more concerts like that. I'm not cut out for that life. I can't. Who? Oh, hey, Callie. I know you was live. Thank you. Hey, Mr. Russian. Good to see you. Yes, I got it working. Thank you for returning, Mr. Russian. Yes, I finally figured it out. It's going well. I was just feeling it. Hey, Jazzy, how you doing? Hey, Dee Dee. Thank you for being here. I bet your nose was having trouble. Yes, my nose was having trouble. I'm like, I'm not young. Contrary to what, see this, let me, a teachable moment. Looks can be deceiving. I'm not young. I'm not really old. I'm what they call a midlifer, okay? My husband is about to be 50 in about a month, and I'm 48. We cannot do young people things. Staying up late. And then I started to take a gander with the hundreds of people that was in that crowded, stinking concert. I started taking a gander, and I said, babe, look around. I think we some of the oldest people here, is what I said to myself. Aside from some of the people that was in the band, it looked like we was not in the right company. Lesson learned. We had a good time. We tried it, and we know that that's not for us. And we had a conversation about it. Let me work while I talk to y'all. We had a conversation about it on the way home. And the conversation went something like this. Babe, we can't do this no more to ourselves. My back hurting. Marlon talking about his feet was hurting. He had on his Air Maxes. My back hurting. His feet hurting. And we're like, you know what? We ain't got to. You know what kind of venues we need to go to? Where the old people go. We need to go to like the Orpheum theaters, the Symphony, where they got cushioned seats, where they have the drinks that's served in nice containers, not in plastic cups, before an event. I want to be, you know what I'm saying, like nice second, third row seating with air conditioning that's flowing so that there are no smells lingering up under my nostrils. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to do. I cannot do, like, my hat go off. All the young people, let me tell you something. Live it up, honey. Live it up. Do your thing. Evelyn and Marlon, we are not in that. We can't do it, y'all. We cannot do it. It was so, oh. So then Marlon was hungry. Now I'm ready to go home after the little concert. Cause now we done cut out the concert early. We only stayed for 2 songs of the headliner band. So I'm ready to go. You know how when you really ready to go, you be walking real fast, all of a sudden you got newfound energy. So I'm ready to go. The little pizza window place on Wilton Street is open. So Marlon talking about, so he was like, you hungry? I'm like, I'm ready to go home. I said, you hungry? Because when, you know how when your significant other asks a question, the question is really not for you. It's really a question for them. Because he was really asking for himself because he was hungry. So instead of saying, babe, I want to grab a slice of pizza or 2 before we get to the truck, he going to ask me, am I hungry? No, I'm not hungry. I'm ready to go. Anyways, the pizza, he let me taste a few bites. It was fire. I'm not going to lie to you. But I was just ready to go. Y'all, it was something else. I'll check in with y'all in a second. I'm going to put this panel up real quick. But yeah, so it was an interesting night. And so far, our anniversary weekend is going good, I would say. I'm definitely enjoying the house. See, I did something wrong, but my measurements and stuff, I'm gonna have to focus on this, hold this in place. The good thing is these are neutral colors, so if I do need to paint, I can, but I'm not the best painter. We talked about this yesterday. I do arts. Now, I do some arts, but I'm more of a craft girl. So, yeah. Happy Sunday. First of all, I just went on a whole rant. I really don't know who else came in. Hello, my name's Evelyn. This is Beautiful I'm Colored, a personal development and lifestyle channel. We just recently, my husband and I became empty nesters, so I have taken over one of the smaller spaces in the basement that I'm turning into my workout room. When I get done doing this panel, I will show you all what I was able to do since we were last together, because this will be the final live. The next installation for this room is going to be the completely finished product, which I am going to finish today, and I'll post a short showing some before and after pictures of the finished product when I get done. Let me get this panel up and I'll show you all one thing that I got done, completed since we last saw each other. I'm just putting in this panel over here. I appreciated y'all so much because I don't know if I would have ever figured out how to get the liquid nails open. Today was such an easier process after knowing what to do. I spent so much time just trying to figure out how to get the liquid nails open yesterday. It's so hilarious. Okay, let me show y'all what I did and then I'll scroll up and see who's here. Okay, so over here, I got my rack completed. So all of this stuff, first of all, some stuff is existing, some stuff I purchased, okay? Yes, I still need to clean this wall, but I needed to have something completed to make myself feel good yesterday after the fiasco with the liquid nails. So I put together this 3-tiered rack right here. This is purchased from Amazon. This is just my vest, weighted vest that I have hanging on it. My dumbbells that I currently own. I have some resistance bands over here, some variant resistance bands and accessories. All of this is available on Amazon, which I believe at a really good affordable rate. And then this is the foam roller. This one hurts way more than this one because this one's slightly fatter. This one is good to get out knots, but if you really want to get deep rolled out, this one, I like this one too. So I was able to complete that. But between trying to get some rest between yesterday's issue with the liquid nails and stuff like that, and also just trying not to be overwhelmed on my days off. I didn't do too much. However, today we must finish. Let me see. Did I miss anybody? I don't think I did. Grace and snacks. Yes. Thank you, Dee Dee. Queen Silicone Glory. Yes. Yes, Callie, if you're still here, and I know people have things to do, it's totally fine if you're not still here. Standing only. My back. They didn't even have bars, like seats at the bar area. And they had two bar areas, but it's kind of like one of those, you know, like in some cities, they have like certain concert venues, like this is the local spot. If you go to this city, the local spot, the who's who go here kind of thing. And it's supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? But you ain't even got no seats for people. How are you even ADA compliant, not having no seats like that? Anyway, it was a whole mess, okay? While it's thank you, Callie, I appreciate that. Okay. Oh, y'all funny. But yeah, so hey Grant, how you doing? Listen, I saw where you shared your channel, your new channel on Twins live from last week when she did her monetization, and I tried to find you too, and I couldn't find your new channel link. Like I clicked the link that Darium had put in that live, and it still didn't come up. I'm not sure what I did wrong, but I did try to find you so that I could subscribe. Dee Dee says, now what room is this? Office, dining room, just curious. Okay, so Dee Dee, me and my husband just recently became empty nesters. This room used to be my oldest son's room when they were kind of staying here for a while to get on their feet. So I am transforming this space into my workout room. It's technically not a bedroom because it doesn't have a closet by real estate definition. It was just a spare room in the basement that we've used on and off for a bedroom. Grant says, Grant's faithful GIP. Oh, GIP. Was GLP-1 journey in the writing? Okay, Grant, thank you for sharing. Let me just, let me see if I can change you so that you can make the, okay, so I want to make sure that the link can be clickable, Grant. So I just changed you to moderator so that you could, if you don't mind, you could share it again. Or you can do hashtag, excuse not hashtag, exclamation point beautiful, and that'll also share, well, you're on Grant Campbell 233 right now, so it won't share the right one. But if you re-put it in there, you should be able to have a clickable link at that point. Listen, Dee Dee, congratulations on being an empty nester. We're new, and we've been getting it in, okay? Enjoying ourselves. It is the freaking best. And I was telling the people yesterday, I was like, people keep asking me, like, is it bittersweet? And I'm like, no. Me and my husband been together since I was 14, and he was 16. And we were married when I was still in high school. So, no. And we already had kids because we were teen parents. So we have always had family. You know what I'm saying? It's never been never, ever. We've never just been me and him. So for the first time in 30 plus, thank you, Grant, for sharing your channel. So for the first time, and well, we've been married 30 years, but we've been together more like 35-ish. So yeah, ain't no bittersweet over here. I understand other people's perspectives and missing kids and stuff like that. But frankly, our children have just never been gone long enough for us to miss them. It's always somebody here at the house. I literally, Dee Dee, had to put out a text in a family thread said, please don't bother me and your daddy until Tuesday at 5 o'clock, which is when both of us come off of PTO. Please don't come over here. Love you. Don't want to see you this weekend right here. We're doing things that grown people do, and I really don't want to see you. And that's just what it is, you know. Let's see. I'm gonna read these comments and I'm gonna get back to this wall. Yes, girl. Definitely the best. Understand, enjoy each other. Yes, Dee Dee, yes. Married 35 years this month. Congratulations. That's awesome. Yes, honey. Okay, Grant says, thank you. And I saw motivated on there. Hey there. TNG Games, H1 TV, you look sad. Oh, I'm not really sad, but I do speak with my face a lot. Um, TNG Games TV, meaning my expression shows through my face. So when I was talking about being bittersweet about my kids moving out, I'm not. I'm actually ecstatic. Ecstatic. So, but my face in that moment probably gave that something was, on me, but no, I'm fine. Okay, I'm gonna get over here, start some more panels up. Because we got things to do. Just gonna, these panels are so thin. Can I prop them up right here? Yeah. These panels are so thin, I'm having to make sure that I don't put two up on the wall. Okay, get finished. That was so funny with this glue yesterday. Okay. Oops. That came out too much for sure on that one. I hope you all are well today. Hope all is well. There's lots going on right now. No, some families have been sick with the stuff that's the little virus that's going around right now and stuff too. I was seeing on a couple of chats, Callie's family they're doing better now, but they were not feeling good. So I'm glad everybody's getting better in his household and a couple of other people too. So praying that you all are well. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm going to apply this one now. Oh, wonderful. We are already on this rope. Okay. We're going to do this one like this. Now, I hope y'all can hear their music. Marlon is in the other room, his office, doing his thing. Miss Toy went live for a little bit today. Oh, I know Teddy was on there, and Grace was on there too. I think we are starting today another squat challenge. It's squats, deadlifts, and squat kicks. Lateral kicks at that. Woo! Which, that's gonna burn bad. 50 each. So I say yes. I be trying to support my friends whenever possible. Plus, I squat pretty regularly as far as exercising goes. So I said, okay, I can incorporate this. I haven't did mine for today yet because the challenge starts on today. And I haven't did mine yet for today because the primary objective is to finish this little project I got going on. But I am going to do my squats. The other thing I like about challenges too on YouTube is that it's an easy short or video creation. And I did check my analytics, and apparently most people find my channel through my shorts. Most people subscribe. Most of my subscribers come through my shorts, which I thought was interesting. Hope I got enough on that. Okay. I will tell you, if you had another person helping you with this kind of project, it would go way so much faster. But if you just wanted to vibe out and have your music on, your headphones on or something like that, and knock this out, have you, to Grace's point, have you some good snacks on hand and maybe a beverage, maybe perhaps a beverage as well. Let me tell you, this is actually a really good therapeutic time if you like this kind of thing. If you like this kind of thing, which I do. I'm going to do this next panel, and then I'll come back and check in with you again. If you're just joining, hi, my name's Evelyn, and I am doing a room makeover, slowly but surely. Today, I'm finishing up installing 3D panels in the workout. This will be my workout room. I also have some foam mats that I'm gonna put down to go underneath my treadmill slash walking pad right here, and my bench that I gotta put together. And then the final stage, as far as decor for this room, is I need to get a mirror to go in here so that I can make sure I have proper form when I'm lifting. And I was thinking about finding a couple of posters, either with like some motivational messaging wording on it, or um, some generic pictures of weights or something like that. I have no idea where I can find it. I was thinking like Hobby Lobby might have it, but you know, Hobby Lobby closed on Sundays since it's the Lord's Day. But I don't know. I'm sure I'll come up with something. The biggest thing right now is just getting this wall finished. And we can work on lighting and all the other stuff a little bit later. I'll come check in with y'all after I get this panel in, okay? Thank you for your patience and thank you for being here. I think I'm gonna stay on here for about an hour, however long that is, however far that gets me in this installation. And then I'll do a before and after that. Because I do want to turn up some music real loud and just vibe out and get this project done. Let's see. Hey, Corey. Let me see who we got. Okay. I addressed that. Yeah, I'm definitely happy, Dee Dee. Corey, it's so good to see you. And happy birthday again. So beautiful. I'm glad to see you here. Um, she was just saying hello to everyone. Okay, hello to Grace. Okay. All right, I was just checking in, making sure I didn't miss anybody as they're coming in. I've already been on here 42 minutes, which is great. I'm just finishing up this 3D wall project, Corey. This used to be one of my oldest son's room, but they moved out on Monday. And so I'm just finishing this project. This is like my accent wall down here. It's coming along pretty good, I have to admit. So, yeah, I'm gonna keep on doing this until we get through, and then I think the next thing I'll do after I get done with this 3D wall is just show y'all the before and afters. Thank you, Mr. Russian. Yes, everyone, please like and subscribe. Appreciate you. Yes, empty nesters in the house. I was thinking about doing the same to my wall. Corey, it is so easy. But you know what? I forgot to tell y'all this. So I ordered the panels that require some type of adhesive application, right? But do you know, and I'm not even an Amazon affiliate, but I shop on there all the time. My husband be getting tired of seeing boxes delivered to the house. But I'm just keeping it real with you. Every time I get a phone call, try going out and coming back in. Okay. Oh, I'm back. Oh, perfect. Okay. All right. Okay. So what I was trying to tell you, I don't know, before I was getting a phone call. That's why it did that. So I was trying to tell y'all about these 3D panels, okay? before you get these ones that's requiring extra work, because you have to have an adhesive to apply these type, they sell peel and stick ones that are just like this with a plethora of designs. They also sell some that I was considering for a different room in the house, just to do like an accent space, so not necessarily a full wall, but just, you know, put them together to make it look kind of like it's a picture. And they are peel and stick, but they look like real wood. They look like other creative things that you spent a lot of money on, but they're not. Corey, if you do it, girl, you have to do a video or share a short or something, because it just changes up the space so much. It changes the space so much. And I'm not even finished with this room yet. I'm just barely getting started. So, whose message held for review? What are we talking about? Oh no. Oh, I know why they held it. You thinking about getting the peel and stick backsplit? Exactly. Exactly. Listen, the peel and stick has come up, because even like my backdrop upstairs in my office for like my normal beautiful lime colored background or whatever, that's peel and stick. It's textured, so it gives an elevated look to the camera, because I don't have, you know, expensive cameras and stuff that I use when I record, and I'm just using my old iPhone 15 to record videos on. But when you have backdrops and lighting, it makes all the difference in the world, is what I'm finding out. But again, I'm just a beginner. I'm not a professional. I'm just doing my best with what I get. Okay, let me go ahead and finish this row. And again, I appreciate you being here. If you're new here, thank you so much for subscribing and joining my channel. I do all kinds of topics on my channel that's related to personal development and lifestyle, which is pretty much everything. Everything in my life, that is. I share what's going on in my life. I try my best not to provide commentary on other people's stuff. I kind of live my life like that. You know, if I ain't got nothing positive to say, I just stay quiet. Unless I'm asked. Now, if you ask me, I will tell you the truth. But, you know, I just don't like mess. You know what I'm saying? It's enough mess in the world. So why should I add to it by also being messy and dramatic? I'm just not finna do it. I'm just simply not finna do it. Okay. Yeah, they said I had too much glue. Somebody came in earlier before y'all got here and was telling me, I think his name was BG's, or their name was BG's. And I said, you know what? Thank you for that tip, because I think I was using too much glue, and that's why I ran out so quickly yesterday. So now I'm just doing the dot method, where I just put a little dollop on the edge. And then I like these too because they're scrubbable. So if you're wondering about like this material, it's straight up plastic. Some form of plastic. But I like it because you could just take, you know what I'm saying, a washcloth and wipe it off. And once the glue dries, it's really durable. And I like that ability to just use a Swiffer or something to get in between, because this house does get very dusty because it's a dry climate here. It's Colorado, and you better stop lying to me. Oh my God. I do not want this to continue on. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 panels left. The box of panels is upstairs, but let me just finish this. Just don't get ahead of yourself, Evelyn, and don't stress out. You got 2 more days left off work. This will get done. And as Marlon reminds you, this is not a work project. This is just you trying to get your little space pretty. That's all. And you can do things with excellence. Doesn't mean perfect. I have to talk to myself, because I have a tendency to get riled up when little details and stuff don't go the way I planned. My husband brings that to my attention a lot. But he's not wrong. That is an area that I can work on, with myself, because mostly because like I have high expectations for myself. It's not because somebody else put those expectations on me. I place them on myself. But sometimes when you get like that, it robs you of the present, you know, and I don't want to rob myself of being content with where I am, because I am happy. I am blessed. I am thankful. And also sometimes I go really hard on myself. Like, oh, Evelyn, you should have known this. Oh, Evelyn, how could you think that? Kind of thing. So even at 48, it's an area of my life that I'm still working on. I'm more aware of it than I ever have been before in my life. I'm gonna do one more panel and then I'll check in. I'm more aware of it now than I've ever been, but you know, it's one of those things that you don't really know until you start doing some very deep um, self reflection and self analysis, and then of course being accountable to myself as well. Um, but like I said, it's something that I'm working on still at 48. I am still working on it. But thank God for revelation. And it's Sunday. Are any of you throwing Super Bowl parties? We are not. I'm sure we'll keep our eye open on a peak of the game, but we're not really invested into the watching like that, which is funny because my husband used to be a professional athlete. Even it was a short stint, but he used to be a professional athlete, but he don't put too much stock into, he watches it, but he don't put too much stock into professional sports because he played and understands some of the many nuances associated with being a professional athlete. And once you get that insider scoop, it can be distasteful. It can be distasteful. Check in with you guys after this one. After I put this one in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And my kids still haven't bought my vacuum bag. Okay, let's see. Just speaking, still here. I was in the background editing per usual. Oh yeah, I don't be tripping, girl. I do not be tripping. I just appreciate you being here, honey. I'm speaking to Corey right now. Teddy says, I've been trying to find a party to go so I can get some food. Oh goodness. Teddy, what you looking forward to having? Some of the little mini dips that come around Super Bowl time? I'm actually gonna make this is not for the Super Bowl. I'm gonna make JC was doing a white bean green chili chicken. No, green chili chicken. Green chili chicken. I think that's what it is. But basically, using some green chilies, white onion, garlic, white beans, and then chicken. She pulled apart a rotisserie chicken, but I'm gonna do mine. I have chicken breasts that I'm going to boil down, salt the water and stuff like that. So the chicken will make its own broth, and then I'll cut that up. Yes, with some onions. Yes, with garlic and some other seasonings and stuff, and add my beans, and I'm gonna add a little bit of heavy cream because I do like a white sauce to it. That's what I'm gonna do for us, me and my husband today. I think it'll turn out pretty good. JC's recipe looked really good, so I'm gonna make some slight modifications on it, but I'm gonna try her recipe. Okay, so Corey said, no, she ain't doing Super Bowl. I'm going to order my son some wings, and he'll be back watching while I'm chilling. I feel that. Corey, I did not know you had a son. Clearly, I need to watch more of your videos. I thought you were single, meaning single with no kids. Corey says, what do you plan on doing to the corners of that wall? So you must be talking about the space that's right here. Are you talking about this, Corey? Or are you talking about when I get up? Which are you referring to? Because I have two different options in my mind. One, I can use these cutting shears because these are so thin that they are cuttable with this. I'll have to measure, of course, to cut the panels and then fill in the space all the way over here. That's one idea. My other idea is if I don't want to do too much work like that with the measuring and cutting, that I could simply buy something that is maybe like a fake green plant, for example. A fake green plant that comes up to about right here to cover the wall and fold out the leaves of the plant. And then I ain't got to worry about all this cutting and stuff like that. The plant is just going to conceal this open space. I have two options is what I'm thinking about. I'm going to do one of them. I don't know which one it's going to be. Do you have them placed a certain way? Wait. Or do you have them placed a certain way? Yeah, it's just going to be the cut. I think if I caught your question right. Hello, I don't know how to pronounce your name, MZIT. Thank you for being here. Love the dips and chips. Yes, dip and chip is really good. Really, really good. Yeah, that chili does sound good. But JCB over there cooking. Grant says, sorry, my new channel is blocked on live chats. Really? Grant, do you know why that is? Is it because it's a new channel that it's blocked? Or, that's, I had not heard of that. Okay, Corey says, yes, ma'am, the empty space on the side. Yep. Okay, that's what I thought. So that's why, that's what I'm going to do, Corey. If I don't feel like I get tired and I don't feel like cutting and doing all the measurements and stuff, guess what? That's going to stay open. Hey, Jonathan. Welcome back. This is part 3. Almost done. Almost done. You have a 9-year-old? Oh, our grandson is going to be 9 this year, Corey. Does your son do any sports? Our grandson right now, he's really heavily into soccer. Jonathan says, I'll be doing the same as you soon. I need to improve my backdrop. Okay, Jonathan, you're going to put those wall panels out. Who's helping you? Are you going to knock it out yourself, Jonathan? Grant says, so new, I guess. It worked until Twan's live the other night. That's interesting, Grant. But I learned so much new stuff every single day on YouTube from everybody else who dives deep into analytics and all that. Child, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I do look at my analytics page, but diving deep into data, that is not my strong suit. It's just not. I look at it, but break it down everything. I understand the basics, of course, the foundational stuff for YouTube. I understand. But some of the other more detailed strategic stuff as it pertains to analytics, child, I'd be like, ooh, Okay, so your son does football and basketball. Oh, he's very active. I love it. I used to we have 2 boys, 2 boys, like they little. So our kids are our young adults, 30, 25, 24, 27. And when they were younger, I was like the basketball mom, the soccer mom, the this mom, the that mom. And Marlon even coached one year, or was it 2 years? One of my oldest son's football teams when we lived in Arizona, and it was fun. Very busy during that season. I remember feeling like a taxi cab driver because we were going to so many things. You imagine juggling 2 and 3 kids with the same schedule, because all our kids are like stair-step kids. We had them so close together that, child, I feel like for like probably 4 or 5 years straight, I had to been pregnant or nursing. Sorry if that's TMI for the guys here, but it's just real talk. Okay, I'm gonna check in on this chat one time, then I'm gonna go back over here and get ready for these last few panels, and then I'm gonna log off, and the next video you'll see about this room will be the before and after. Okay, Jonathan says, I'll do some of your, I saw that. Your jawline is looking more trim, something working out. Thank you, Jonathan. Oh, that was a big compliment. You guys, Jonathan is a bodybuilder. I'm a power lifter. Very different sports. The fact that Jonathan said that he noticed, I'm so excited and warm and fuzzy all on the inside. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's a huge compliment coming from you. Thank you. Okay, move on, Evelyn. Shake it out, girl. Okay. Um, Grant says, glad Jen helped you with the cock. Oh my gosh, Grant. Jen called me like they were at Lowe's or some her and her husband were at some store, and I was talking to her and she was like, Evelyn, if you already have it open, just use a knife or something. And then I was rereading someone's comment about puncturing the hole. Grant, I don't know what I was thinking. Yesterday was so difficult, and today I did it and I'm like, oh my God, this was not rocket science, Evelyn. Why were you trying to make this way more difficult than what it was? Y'all were trying to help me though, so I appreciate it. Corey says, you do not have a 30. Yes, she's about to be 31 in April. Yes. I promise. I birthed her into this world when I was 17 years old, okay? I think I told y'all I was a teen mom. I think I told y'all that. So, and me and Marlon, we got married my senior year. Ooh, let me put these shears down before accident occurs. Marlon and I got married my senior year of high school. So February of my senior year, so that May I was going to be graduating, we got married. And then the day after we were married in May of 1996, we packed up my 1989 Toyota Camry. It was white with the burgundy cloth interior and a sunroof. And we drove that car, my 18-year-old self, and my husband was going to be, was he 20 by then? Yeah, he was 20 by then. My 18-year-old self and his 20-year-old self as newlyweds, we drove from Memphis, Tennessee, through this country states, all the way to Boulder, Colorado, where we moved into our first apartment together as husband and wife with our little baby girl, Caitlin. At the time, she was only 1. And we slept on the floor for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. In this little townhouse we had in family housing because, okay, a little quick story time. So Marlon had a full ride scholarship. So remember I was telling y'all a few minutes ago, y'all might have been in and out, but I was telling y'all a few minutes ago that Marlon, I mean, he's played at the highest level as far as athleticism goes. Your girl over here, she just became an athlete, okay, at 47. I just became an athlete, but Marlon, he's been an athlete his whole life, and he's played at the highest level. Anyhow, he had a full ride football scholarship to CU Boulder at that time, University of Colorado at Boulder. Now, for those of you football people out here, then you'll recall that that was at, I would say, the pinnacle of CU before Coach Prime came and all the extra bells and whistles were added to the CU football program. And I'll leave that right there. I have my thoughts and opinions, which I will keep to myself about that. But when my husband was playing, Coach Mack was the coach. Also, they were state champions. So, and this was back when football was more like, and by football, I'm talking about American football, because football is also called, soccer is called football in other parts of the world, but I'm talking about American football. And, you know, it was quite the adventure. Our first, I would say our first year for sure of marriage. Second year, a little rough. First year, really rough. Second year, rough. Third year, better. Fourth year, better. Fifth year, a little bit better. But then the kids started popping out back to back. And I would say year 7 and 8 of the marriage, ooh, some very, very rocky roads in there. But, you know, we made it. And here we are, 30 years later, still married, still like each other, still doing all the things. And it didn't come without a lot of sacrifice. It didn't come without tears, lots of tears for some years. But we made it, you know, and it just goes to show that really it's what you put into it. I'm not talking about making exceptions for any type of abuse. That's not the message here. If you're in an abusive situation, I definitely, you know, that's different. But we didn't have that. We just had what I think is called kind of like regular life stuff going on that people don't normalize as much. I think we're getting better with normalizing the ups and downs of relationships these days. But the truth is, we were just going through the normal transitional period of literally growing together as husband and wife, literally as we're aging and moving from adolescence, late adolescence, to 25-year-old brain where your frontal lobe calcifies finally. We literally went through all those stages together, and we continue to matriculate through those stages together as husband and wife. And one of the things that I'm profoundly grateful for, and I know it's only because of God's grace, so let me just say that we got through a few very rough patches, um, is that we still, through it all, we do have a great respect and admiration for each other. And that don't mean that I don't get on his nerves and that he don't get on my nerves, because we both get on each other's nerves, okay, from time to time. But it's temporary. You know what I'm saying? It's just what you do in those moments. And here's what I mean by that. And I see the comments coming through, Didi. I'm gonna get scroll up and get to those in just a second. Here's what I mean by that. Marlon has never, and even when he was a teen, called me out my name ever. Marlon has never put his hands on me. Now, did we have, this will be another video, but I'm just sharing kind of like our testimony since our anniversary weekend and all that. We did have infidelity in our marriage, and that was tough. It was very tough for me to get over personally. Very tough. Took me years to get over it. But we got over it. And by got over it, I don't mean forget. I mean got over it, got better from it, healed from it, not completely doing the same mistakes over and over and over again, but we survived. But it was a lot of hard work, but the work was worth it. It was worth it. Okay, let me see what y'all saying, and then I'm gonna go ahead and log off and finish, because I'll get distracted so much when y'all are here and I'll be wanting to talk and engage with y'all. But I gotta finish this project. Okay, let's see. Didi says, Corey's, I remember those days. I hate Disney World to this day. Husband used to make us stay all day because it was so expensive getting his money worth. Oh, that sound like my husband. If we paid this money, oh, we finna get it. You finna ride these rides. Didi says, I cannot wait to see the finished product looking good. Thank you, Didi. Corey says, motivated. Oh my goodness, not all day. Lord. Yeah, those theme parks will do it. We didn't hardly take a lot of family vacations because, like, I was a stay-at-home mom for about 10 years. And then anytime I wanted to, like, really do something, the budget, we just like, we ain't got it. We ain't got it. So we ended up having to, like, do little creative things, you know, to stretch the dollar. Okay, Corey says, surprisingly, my son is not that big on theme parks. He will do the water parks, though. He loves to swim. Oh, that's a great sport. Swimming is such a great sport. Didi says, oh, love that story. Didi also says, marriage is not for the weak. Can still be loving experience, but there will be challenging moments. Y'all made it. Thank you so much. Again, God's grace. For sure, for sure. Us doing the work, Didi, because I know you talk a lot about faith without works being dead. So definitely we put a lot of work into it, but honey, without the Lord on our side, where would we be? Didi says, for better or worse, not abusive. 1000%, my friend. Corey says, oh, Corey says, definitely can't wait to see the story time if you decide to share it with us. Yeah, it's a story that both of us, I think, is more applicable if both of us share. We're both off 2 more days, so, and I did tell my audience that Marlon would come on one of my lives while we're on PTO. I just don't know what time it's going to be. I'll check in with him after I get done with this room and see when he feels like, you know, going live. But I think whenever we do, it's just going to be like a vibe out session, chilling. We'll have some general topics, but both of us are extemporaneous speakers, meaning we just speak off the cuff. So long as we have something to guide us, it's kind of the details in between we don't like to have scripted. So we'll see. Thank you all again for joining. I've been on here 68 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and get off so I can open up this door, really vibe out to some music and finish this wall and some of the other putting together things. And I look forward to sharing the before and after with you, if not today, posting possibly sometime tomorrow. What did Grant say? Christy and I's marriage really got tested after losing our first child. Oh, Grant, I'm so sorry. One day at a time with God's guidance and strength. Amen, bro. Amen. I'm so sorry. I honestly, I can't imagine the loss of a child in that way. I can't. Okay. Dee Dee says bye. Okay, Corey says yes. Enjoy your Sunday. Take care, everyone. All right, see y'all in the next video. Have a wonderful Sunday. Bye-bye now.